Hello, this is my first journal entry of this semester. It was about action research. Well, mostly the classes were about exploratory practice, and it was really interesting to know about that since it is another tool apart from the action research um, that will be really useful for me at least as a future teacher. Because I think it's really important to know that there is a tool that is not only about having results but also to understand what's going on inside the classroom. And I know that every time there is something going on, but sometimes it's really important to identify one which needs to be tackled to improve the the life inside the classroom. At the end, it's an important place where we are living our lives, the students and the teacher as well. And so I mostly learn about that, and then about action research. Nevertheless, I couldn't feel that I learned a lot about action research, but I know I'm going to learn in the future because we're going to do this until the very end of our career, and then if I want to be a reflective teacher, I'm going to have to use this tool, which I know it's going to be important for me to improve if I want to be a better teacher in the future, if I am really committed to my students and my own learning process. But in this journal, I have also to reflect about my progress. Apart from what I learned, I need to say my planning process, my objectives, commitments. Um, I know that I consider really important to read everything that that was going to be reviewed during classes because that was the way to be prepared to discuss during classes. Otherwise, it was going to be really difficult to be part of a discussion or to reflect. And I think I made part of it, not everything. It's always hard for me to do this because of my time and everything that I have to do, and I'm not good at organizing my time, so it's really hard for me to read everything, and when I read, it's not really deep. But I learned I could read. I found really interesting what we saw, what we reviewed. Um, and then I participated in classes and I tried to be committed to that. Mm, about the feedback session, I have to say that it was I was not really happy about the feedback. It was really generous, I told you before, um, and I thank you for that. However, it was I think we took a lot of time, and it wasn't straight to the point. It was just little pieces of my writing, but I think it would have been better to see the rubric immediately and to see the weakest points according to the rubric and to know why I got 8 instead of 10, and so on, and not just focusing on little mistakes in the whole paper. At the end, it was a little confusing for me because I mostly saw that I need to be more familiar to English structures. So I think I need to read more literature to know about these structures, to see more videos. I don't know. I do that, but somehow I consider that the feedback was the about my weakness, mm, about writing, about structuring, which I didn't know before. So I guess I have to keep learning. This is important, and I have to keep writing. And for me, the feedback was thorough and was generous, but it wasn't deep and not straight to the point. So, but I will review it, and I hope I'm going to learn and to be better next time, especially in action research, which is something that I have to be really focused about the structure needed to conduct that, which is because it's not the same as an essay, and maybe I'm more comfortable with that. Um, and a teaching reflection about this feedback. I wanted to say that it's really useful for a teaching, for my teaching practice, to know that it is needed to have a time to discuss the things with the pupils, the students, and to give up an appropriate feedback for them. Not only because of the bad things, but also about the strengths. And I know they are going to be thankful for that. So this is my journal. I think I don't have more time. That is all. Thank you. Bye.